are certain people who will say absolutely anything in the heat of the moment to escape criticism, even if their words will come back to haunt them just 3 days later.
From the Islamic perspective, what does Messiah mean?
So you're talking about Masih, right? Masih is like a messenger, somebody who comes to guide people and to bring them a message and be basically a instrument of guidance for people.
Okay.
Right? So for example, they have the false Messiah, Masih ad-Dajjal,
Yeah.
right? Now he's got his own message, but his message is a false message.
Yeah.
Right? So Isa ibn Maryam, for example, he was the one that came and he guided people towards the truth.
Right.
Right? So he can be called a Messiah in that sense.
So my question then would be, could Muhammad or even Noah or any of the other prophets count as being messiahs?
So Islamically, yes, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, because he had the Suhuf, Isa, Jesus, Ibn Maryam, those are all Rusul, and you can call them in that sense messiahs as well.
Okay, so you can call the other
Sure.
prophets messiahs.
Why not?
So why aren't they called messiahs?
They are. I mean, what do you mean they're not?
So Muhammad, Noah, and these other prophets, they're called messiahs.
You could call them messiahs if you like. I mean, what do you mean they're not called?
So nowhere do we only find Jesus being identified as the Messiah.
Where?
In the Quran and the Hadith.
In the Quran, in a Hadith, for example, when we talk about them being Rusul, right? This puts them at the same thing as being a Messiah. Right?
Really?
Yeah, somebody who's bringing a message.
Okay, so what is a reference for that? Like, is it in the Quran or a Hadith where you can equate a Rasul, like you said, right,
to
a Messiah?
No problem. I'll get you on that. All right. You can give me some time, look up some books, or
yeah, I need something.
No, but you just came out here from nowhere, right? Like you didn't ask me to look this up or anything, right?
Yeah.
So you got a question? No problem. Come back next Sunday. We'll bring you some books.
So part 2, man.
Part 2. All right. So first thing you asked me about was al-Masih.
Yes.
Want to get to that first?
Yeah. So do you remember what I asked you?
Ask again. Go ahead.
Okay. So my question was, because you said that that other prophets are called Messiah.
Sure.
So I asked you, is there anywhere in the Quran or the Hadith where anybody else other than Jesus is called the Messiah?
Yes.
And you said yes.
Yeah.
So what is that?
This is from the Musannaf of Ibn Abi Shayba. You know what that is?
No, what is that?
It's a book of Hadith.
By who?
Ibn Abi Shayba.
Okay.
It's in the name.
All right, let's go ahead and read it.
Oh, you look nervous, bro. Relax, man.
No, you look nervous actually.
Do I look nervous?
You look nervous.
Shaking right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with this. This is gonna be fun.
In the Musannaf of Ibn Abi Shayba, volume number 6, page number 479, this is the Hadith Sanadan, with the sanad, with the chain that reports about ta'adir. You know what ta'adir is?
No.
Is the punishments that were handed out.
Okay.
So here is the entire sanad. Hadathna Abu Bakr, Hadathna al-Waki', al-Mubarak, al-Hasan, and Umar. You understand the chain, right?
Sure.
The chain of narrators. So it's not
Sure.
just,
Yeah. Can you? Yeah, I got you. So it's a chain of narration.
Relax,
So where is he called? Where is somebody called the Messiah?
وتخليص هذا الضرب والتعذير هذا بيننا من شريعة مصاحة.
Oh, hold on. Why is he saying the chain of the hadith with all the names and then not reading the words of the hadith and going straight to the footnote pretending it is the hadith? Why is he not reading the hadith? The hadith is up above. Why is he reading the footnote written by the modern editor below it? Unbelievable. I thought he studied the hadith.
You understand the chain, right?
Is he trying to attribute the chains to the words of the modern editor who wrote the footnote at the bottom? That's very naughty. Trying to corrupt your own hadith with the words of a modern person? What's going on?
هذا بيننا من شريعة مصاحة.
Masaha?
مصاحة. You know what masaha is?
What is that?
It's the plural for masih.
Oh my goodness, his Arabic is terrible. It doesn't say that. I don't know what language he was speaking, but it was not Arabic. And he read the sentence from the middle, which doesn't make any sense for anyone who reads and understands a language to read a sentence from the middle and not from the beginning of it. Let us read the full sentence in Arabic properly. I'll stop and start to translate as I'm reading through it. It says, فانظر عزيزي القارئ إلى عظيم شرائع الإسلام. So see, dear reader, how great the laws of Islam are, أن القوانين الوضعية في عصرنا الراهن قد اتجهت هذا الاتجاه بعد كثير معاناة وطول عذاب للناس. That man-made laws of our time have moved towards that direction after much suffering and torture of the people. وما زالت بعض البلاد إلى الآن لم تتخلص من عادة الضرب والتعذيب هذه، بينما الشريعة المسحاء قد جاءتنا بهذا الحكم واضحا سهلا. And some countries have still, until now, not got rid of the habit of beating and torture, but the gentle Sharia has brought us this ruling, clear and easy. We'll stop here. As you have seen, this is an editor's note starting with, "Dear reader, for goodness sake," not a hadith, Mr. Shameful Uthman ibn Fibn, and the editor is trying his best to draw a comparison between the laws of the Sharia and the modern day reality in the Muslim world, according to his view. It is a modern comment by a modern editor. It is not a hadith. And in his comment, he did a typo. Instead of saying Sharia Samha, which means gentle Sharia, which is a very common title given to the Sharia, as we will see later, by everyone in the Arabic Muslim world, he made a small typo. He switched the letters around to something that resembles the word that Uthman ibn Fibn wants it to be. He wants it to be plural of Messiah, but it isn't. It's just an adjective for the Sharia, meaning gentle Sharia. Even when typing in the incorrect phrase into Google, Google corrects it and brings up the edition of the book where it's incorrectly written, and it happens to be what Uthman brought. Ironically, the only other website that brings up this error is a Shia online library, a sect that Uthman ibn Fibn disapproves of.
Masaha? All right, so what does that say?
So it says that this punishment, where about different crimes and things, has been handed down to us from the laws of all of the Masiihs, which is all of the Anbiya. All of the prophets are called Masah. Here, Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba, volume number 6, page number 479, your trick destroyed.
It doesn't say the law of someone, because if that was the case, it wouldn't have al, the definite article. For example, to say the Sharia of prophets, it would say Shariat al-Anbiya, saying the word Sharia without the definite article. But here, it says al-Sharia with the definite article, meaning that the word coming after it is relating to it and describing it. Grammatically, it does not make sense how he's lying about it. It is not relating to prophets or messengers. It is relating to the Sharia itself because of the al, the definite article that we can see preceding it.
Go home, pick up your Nahu books. I'm out.
Now brace yourself for the level of deception we discovered when we spoke to the brother who was there at the park with Uthman. He took a picture of the paper that Uthman was reading from, and on zooming in onto the paper, we saw very clearly how Uthman had copied and pasted the footnote from the bottom of the page and included it right next to the words of the hadith. The words of the hadith said, just to the right of the yellow box here, warn the thief, but do not cause him to fear. The Arabic for that is, روّى السارق ولا تراعه. Then right next to it in the yellow box, it says, فانظر عزيزي القارئ. So see, dear reader. He included the note for the dear reader in the wording of the hadith, as if they were part of the hadith. He doctored the hadith.
The past few months, a tweet has been circulating. In this tweet, Sheikh Uthman declares that all non-Muslims should be forced to pay jizya and that any non-Muslims who refuse to pay will be fought and their women and children will be enslaved. That tweet and the tweets from Sheikh Uthman that led up to it have been deleted, so I asked him about the tweet. And he had an explanation.
First thing, there's been a clarification posted on Twitter. I had given up all my social media, right, which I did not respond to that personally.
You're not on social media?
I am not on social media. Even the Twitter post that you're looking at, if you go to the actual Twitter page, there's a post on there that clarifies that I am not the one who runs the Twitter page, right? I created that Twitter page originally as Abu Kutub just to explain books. When the traffic picked up so much that I couldn't keep up, I gave it up, right? And there was a post posted on Twitter to clarify. Okay? So that tweet was not from me personally. It was from my Twitter account, right? And there were other things done on that Twitter account, like some tweets which I did not agree with, and we made that clarification on Twitter, right? So we clear about that.
So Sheikh Uthman took the timeless advice of Shaggy and said, with a straight face, "Wasn't me." Now, this wasn't entirely convincing. After all, the tweets certainly claimed to be from Sheikh Uthman. Notice, I have already made all of this clear in my durus, but you never reached out to ask me, send me a private message. These tweets claim to be from Sheikh Uthman himself. So if they're actually from a volunteer who runs his social media, this is really messed up, especially if the volunteer is promoting views that Sheikh Uthman does not agree with. So Sheikh Uthman's response to me was a bit suspicious, but I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. After all, it's possible that some volunteer was behind all of this. I know that Sheikh Uthman and his followers always assume the worst about people like me, but I don't want to assume the worst about them. However, I did want to ask why he would have someone like that running his social media. Wait a second. So, someone who works for you and controlled this Twitter account
does not work for me. Somebody who volunteered to take care of the Twitter account made that post, and as I disapproved of it, he deleted it.
And just to be as clear as possible, I had Sheikh Uthman publicly proclaim that he doesn't believe that all non-Muslims should be forced to pay jizya or that their wives and children should be in. So, just to be clear, you do not believe that jizya should be imposed on all disbelievers, and if they refuse, they should be fought, and their women and children.
No.
To prove that Sheikh Uthman is lying, Mansour shares a clip from a live stream where Sheikh Uthman admits repeatedly that he was the one who posted the tweet. I wanted to watch the original live stream video to make sure that nothing was deceptively edited. In the original video, the Muslim panel takes a question from a caller. The caller asks Sheikh Uthman about his tweet.
I wanted to ask Uthman something.
Oh,
Hey, you Muslim?
how you doing?
So I saw Uthman's comment regarding the jizya on Twitter with this guy, and you mentioned that the people, if they do, he asked you a question, if the people do not pay the jizya, they should be. And you replied, you teach these sort of stuff in your lessons.
This would obviously be the perfect time for Sheikh Uthman to explain that he's not on social media and that it was a volunteer who posted that tweet. Go ahead and explain that for us, Sheikh.
So what happened is some dude on Twitter, some troll, I don't know who he is, but made a bunch of comments saying that I don't believe in jihad al-talab and I've denied that there is jihad al-talab and this kind of things. And what I said is that I have clarified these views and what I believe in the durus.
Wait, who said that?
And what I said is...
Who?
And what I said is...
A volunteer said it?
What I said.
That's strange. In this live stream, Sheikh Uthman says that he was the one responding to Mansour. But when I asked him about it, he said that he's not on social media and that a mysterious volunteer was responding to Mansour.
I had given up all my social media, right, which I did not respond to that personally.
Wasn't me.
So that tweet was not from me personally.
Wasn't me.
Somebody who volunteered to take care of the Twitter account made that post.
Wasn't me.
Apparently, Sheikh Uthman is his own volunteer.
Ibn Abi Shayba, I want to know, how did you not know that it was a footnote?
I got you. Look, first thing, I looked it up in a software called Maktaba Shamila.
Yeah, I saw that.
I showed the video. I showed how I printed it out. In the software, it puts it all together. There's no demarcation of a footnote.
It puts the footnote with the narration?
It goes all together. I showed a screenshot of it in the video that you've seen.
But it in the screenshot, it didn't connect it to the narration.
It did.
No, it
Did you watch the
didn't.
screenshot?
I watched the screenshot.
In the software, it puts it all together. There's no demarcation of a footnote.
It puts the footnote with the narration?
It goes all together.
In the screenshot, it didn't connect it to the narration.
It did. Now you see here, it has a line.
Yes,
demarcation, right?
yes, it
That
separates
was not there. That was not there in the one from Maktaba Shamila. The video that I made, that when you bring it up in Maktaba Shamila, in the software, this line doesn't come. In fact, it doesn't even break here.
A printout and it didn't come out merged like that.
Because you didn't print from Maktaba Shamila. Which publication is that?
I forgot the name of it.
It's not.
But no, it is.
So what
because there's only one publication that has this.
Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba.
No, you don't mean.
Okay.
There's only one publication that has the footnote.
So let me explain this to you.
All right, go ahead.
This is a publication called Dar al-Kutub al-Ilmiya. Publication called Dar al-Kutub al-Ilmiya.
Have fun with this. This is going to be fun.
In the Musannaf of Ibn Abi Shayba, volume number 6, page number 479. This is the hadith sanadan. In the video that I made, that when you bring it up in Maktaba Shamila, in the software, this line doesn't come.
Go on a monologue.
I let you finish.
I want to know why you merged the footnote with the narration.
I printed it as I saw it.
But why is there a cut?
There is no cut in the printout or in Maktaba Shamila.
There's a cut on the screenshot on the video.
Watch the video, it shows it comes together. Watch the video, it shows it comes together.